everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of Music Mondays. I'm Leah.
And I'm Taylor.
And this week we are talking about Pray for the Wicked by Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco.
Panic! I always read it that way. I'm always like, Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, me too.
And if you don't put the exclamation point when you, type it out,
You're just
get
wrong.
out of here. Stop it.
You're just wrong. I remember in, I don't know if it was early high school or late middle school, it was, news that they added the exclamation point.
Big news.
Yeah.
Big news. Breaking. Exclamation point added.
Yeah. Everyone was like, oh, that's so stupid.
And you're
That's
like,
so
you know
dumb."
what? You're stupid.
Yeah. If you're going to panic, you might as well do it with an exclamation
Might as well do it
point.
excitedly
Yeah.
because nobody has calm panics.
Yeah. Panic at the Disco or panic.
Yeah.
All right, we've gone on for that.
We've gone too far.
long.
Should we just go ahead and get this out of the way?
Okay.
Sidebar.
So, I look real gross today. I colored my roommate's hair and didn't wear gloves because I'm real stupid. So, I'm just going to try and not throw my hands out,
Oh.
but
I
that's
mean,
not a good idea. It's not going to happen.
See, I didn't want, I'm sorry to call you out. I'm not calling you out. I drew attention to it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want you to have to sit like this the whole time because
Yeah.
I knew that you would go like this and then it'd be like, oh, her hands have turned
Disgusting.
rotting.
She has the plague, and I do. I have the plague. So
But
this
it's
is our
okay.
last episode. It's been a good run.
The end. Taylor's hands fell off and she can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
So
No, it's
over.
fine. It'll be fine
It's
soon.
just hair dye. Nobody freak out. Just
It's okay.
she was doing a good deed. Okay.
It's fine.
Sometimes you can't. It's hard to dye your own hair. I understand that. I tried once and I got about to here,
Oh.
and I was like, help.
The back is the worst part.
Oh yeah. Okay. So back to our podcast.
Yes.
So, well, I'll let you talk about the boy.
The boy, Brendan Urie. He is bae. He is
Had a
my
crush on him
everything.
since age 12.
I
Since
like
I realized that I found men attractive, I
Yeah.
had a crush on Brendan Urie.
Yeah.
Before then, I
like,
just loved
oh.
Panic at the Disco, but then I realized that I was attracted to men.
It's like you find Brendan Urie and you're like, oh, this is what love feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly. He's my one true love.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Luke.
Sorry, Evan.
Mm.
But also,
Also, Evan was like, his comment on my picture where you're like, you're my bae, and then he was like, what?
yeah. Everything
Sorry.
is bae.
Sorry.
So, Panic released their first album during their senior year of high school, which is wild.
Yeah. When I was a senior, I was just lost and confused.
Oh yeah,
Dazed.
there's a lot happening. Dazed. Or you went there?
Dazed
And confused.
and confused. Yeah.
Pete Wentz, also bae,
Oh, yeah.
mentored them.
I wrote 2 claps for Petey.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go, Pete. Thanks for always being your best.
Yeah. They're
Also, I wanted to address that if you're a Purdue student that is currently a junior or above, you know that Panic at the Disco came here 2 years ago.
yeah.
And I went. And I wore my flannel, and I wore my thigh socks, and I wore my dirty Converse. And I lived. I was
Lived your best life.
thriving. I was
Yeah.
so alive. I was crying, and he came out, and he played 9 in the afternoon, and I just got choked up. Not actually, it just sounded like I did. It was just everything that, 5th grade Leah ever dreamed of. And then he goes, I'm really sorry, I'm super sick. I was on my deathbed yesterday. And I'm like, but you haven't missed a single note.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I can handle what you'd be like if you were in full health. I would just die
Yeah.
probably, which I died anyway. I mean, I still have, you know how you get post-concert hangovers and sadness?
Yeah.
I still have it. It's been 2 years. I still have it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's okay. I am gonna have that next week after I see Paramore.
Oh,
so
I'm so jealous.
seeing Paramore on Sunday, boy.
We
But-
should do. That's another story. We should do
We'll do Paramore next week.
right. Yeah.
We'll do Paramore next week.
We just decided just now in this moment what we were doing next week. We started
Well,
talking about next week, and I was like, we didn't pick what we were doing. We also filming really early this week, so
Yeah.
we haven't
gotten that
we're
far.
we're just behind. But we're not. Also, who cares?
Just deal with it.
We're just being free and just having fun.
We're just like,
I say that we
it's
say that
our
every
podcast,
week.
and you don't get to say anything about it, so
Yeah. Which Paramore album should we do after laughter?
Yeah,
After laughter.
because it's controversial.
Here it is. That's what we're doing next week. Hopefully
So-
Taylor's hands will be brown.
Yeah, I hope a week and a half from now they won't be brown.
Yeah.
But
So Panic.
Panic, back to Panic. So this album released last Friday, June 22nd,
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
And since we usually record on Fridays, we didn't have enough time to process.
So like, yeah, technically we're late, but not really. We're filming it. It's Wednesday. It's only been.
I haven't even seen a Pitchfork review for it yet, so like
So we're really not.
ahead of the game. Also, Pitchfork reviews are garbage, but that's a whole nother thing. Pitchfork, can I please work for you?
Hey, Pitchfork, you suck. But
Yeah,
So if you want to sponsor,
you don't sponsor us, please.
because we're hugely popular.
But leading up to the release, I don't know if you noticed. I sure as hell noticed.
Yeah.
They released.
This little smashed.
Yeah. So their first one was 2 singles. They released each single with the singles they had already released as a mini EP. So the first one was. What was it?
I'm on the wrong Spotify page.
The very first one. It's not on here.
It was like the first 2 songs released were "Fuck a Silver Lining" and then "Say Amen" Saturday Night. So wasn't it like
I think it was "Fuck a Saturday Night."
that's okay? That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. But I felt like that was right because they had the parentheses, so I feel like they had to get that in somehow.
Yeah, it shows up on my phone, but not on the desktop Spotify.
Yeah.
And I think the next one was King of the Clouds, or was it High Hopes?
The next one that came, High Hope or King of the Clouds was the most recent one. It was High Hopes and then King of the Clouds.
Yeah.
Came
So
out.
like, when the High Hopes came out, it was another mashup of Fuck a Silver Lining, Say Amen Saturday Night, and then High Hopes. They like mashed those 3 titles into an EP title, and then King of the Clouds came out, and it was another one.
It was King of High Hopes.
Yes.
And
And
then they
so-
came out with Pray for the Wicked.
Yeah. Which
And-
it's just all pretty neat.
It is neat. Super neat.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can
into that.
Have you seen the video where it's like, you can tell this is an Aspen by the way it is.
Yeah.
You can
Sure.
tell this is music by the way it is.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
It's okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of that kind of creative shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is also their 6th studio album. That is 6. And that's not including there's like a, like the live Death of a Bachelor album recording. There is,
Live
there's
in
another one,
Chicago.
Live in Chicago album.
Yeah.
They have so much stuff. I mean,
There's a
they've been
lot.
doing it it's been, how long? A long time.
Well, I mean, they have 94 songs.
Yeah. That's a lot of songs. That's a lot of stuff to put out.
That's 5 hours and 14 minutes of music.
Mm-hmm. So,
But their very first thing,
the first album.
Fever You Can't Sweat Out, was 2005.
Yeah.
I was a mere 7 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. So that's 13 years? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's 2018. 8 minus 5 is
3. Yep. 13 years.
What did I say? I knew what I meant by 8 minus 5, and you also knew what I meant. 13. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. You got it.
We
We're
got
here.
there.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I Write Since Not Tragedies was on their first album.
Yeah.
And it's still a banger.
Still a banger, and it's still like the most. It's still on their like top 5 most popular thingies, like songs.
Yeah. Which, that always gets all weird when they release new music.
Yeah. Yeah, because right now it's High Hopes and Say Amen, but then it still has This Is Gospel and Death of a Bachelor and whatnot.
Yeah,
which
I Write Since Not Tragedies is number 5.
So I want to call out one of Taylor's coworkers if he watches this podcast. He's never heard
Triggered.
a single Panic song.
So, So this happened today. I came here after work, and today we're sitting in the office, and I was like, "Hey, do you care if we listen to Panic at the Disco?" He's like, "I don't know. I've never heard that song." And I was like,
I've never heard
And
that
I said,
song.
"I'm sorry. Do you mean I don't listen to that band?" And he goes, "Oh, I didn't know it was a band." And I was like, "You don't know Panic! Exclamation point at the Disco?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, well, you have had to have heard this song." And I played I Write Sins Not Tragedies. And he's like, you know, the
Yeah.
the beginning. He was like,
It takes you about 0.3 seconds to realize what song's playing when that comes on.
he was like, nope, I haven't heard it. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, everyone has had to have heard 9 in the Afternoon because it was on the radio forever and
Yeah.
it was on Rock Band.
Yeah.
Because I remember that when I would get home from school, instead of doing my homework, I would go down in the basement and play Rock Band by
Because you're
myself.
a star.
Yeah. Apologies. But he didn't know that one either. And I was like, what
Okay,
the heck?
well, that guy lives under a rock, clearly.
So
All right, should we go into our faves? We're everywhere today, but
I'd
it's
like to
okay.
mention, before we get into our faves, that they are the 203rd
Oh, yeah,
most
yeah, yeah.
listened to band in the world, which is pretty wild.
There's a lot of bands in the world. Yeah, it also 10 million plus monthly listeners. I was looking at some music videos earlier. They're like new music videos from this album have like over 10 million views already.
Yep.
It hasn't even been a whole week.
Well, and you got to think that this is just 10 million plus monthly listeners on Spotify alone.
Right.
Like not with Apple
You're not
Music
counting everywhere else.
SoundCloud
That's
and all the
nuts.
other. Yeah,
That's nuts.
it's insane.
All right. So our
So
favorites.
Yeah.
So mine is Dying in LA, which is the only not rock song on it. And like I love a lot of the other ones, but this one just like hit me hard, you know? I know like Taylor doesn't like it. But it's just got beautiful piano. It's just so similar to his piano version of This Is Gospel. And he's just like belting, and it's just pure Brendan singing, beautiful. And it also like this song takes everyone's pipe dream and their delusional magical ideals of LA and just smashes them.
Oh yeah.
It's like which is true.
And where I put in my dislike about it, I said I like the lyrics and it's really pretty. I just don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's songs that you just don't like. I mean, I have those where they're like, why don't you like this song? I'm like, I don't know. It just
don't.
doesn't,
Yeah.
whatever.
I can fully agree. It's a beautiful song. And the lyrics, I do really appreciate the lyrics in it. I think
Yeah.
it's really, really cool.
Well, this whole album it's like leading up, because Dying in LA is the last song on the album, which it's like, you're like, oh, that's weird to end an album with a ballad. You know, like that's just not like something, I feel like that happens a lot because, you know, you want to end with a bang. This whole album, the message behind it is like, I'm so famous. Look, Mom, I made it. I'm a big shot, blah, blah, blah. But here's the shit that I went through.
Yeah.
And it's like, and Dying in LA kind of does it. It's like, this is not a normal life, and you have to go through hell to get here.
Yeah.
And that's just like an inevitable fact
Yep.
of like being a star that big.
Well, and they blew up so fast. Like, they released their first album in 2005, and they were immediately hits.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, 2005 is, like, the height of the pop-punk era.
Right.
So, of course.
Right. But yeah, I really liked kind of the overall message of this album.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there are some songs that kind of like don't, but like the general theme
Yeah.
of most of it is kind of that, like, hey, look, Ma, I made it. It was one of the music videos I watched today. He's like a puppet, but it's like he's like doing drugs and he's getting beat up, and he's like, hey, look, Ma, I'm making it, but he's just
Yeah.
getting the living shit beat out of him, both mentally and physically,
Yep.
by the music industry and by all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But he's still like, I'm making it, you know,
Yeah.
great. But yeah, and I really appreciated all of that, because he like is just very real about how this kind of stuff actually works. And like everybody, like one of the lines in this song, Dying in LA, is every face along the boulevard is a dreamer just like you, because that's everyone's dream, is to move to LA and be a big shot. I mean, there's very few people that you find that would be like, no, excuse me, they'd be like, no, I don't want that at all. Like, they'd be like, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone's like, yeah, me
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
So that's everyone's dream, but it's just it's for most it's a pipe dream. And like yeah, like I'm not saying like don't work hard and don't chase your goals and all that kind of stuff, but like very rarely does it actually work out in your favor.
No, yeah.
And especially to get as big as
Panic.
someone like Brendan Urie.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I wrote. That's the T.
Lol lol.
Lol, lol.
My favorite is Roaring Twenties. It feels the most, to me, it felt the most panic of the whole thing. And like I get that he's trying to branch out, and like we watched that. You haven't seen it, you should go watch the BuzzFeed video where he does the puppy interview. Because in that he talks about, they asked him like, what do you want, where do you want to take Panic next? And he says that like he experiments with every album, and this album was experimenting as well, and he was changing it a lot, and I can see there's a lot more pop than punk in this one, which is fine, because I understand that's what it takes to continue to sell things,
right.
Especially right now when pop is huge. But I still want more punk. I still want that punk rock.
Yeah.
I'm so punk rock.
Yeah. I'm so punk rock.
And I get that he's trying to branch out, but you're my pop punk dream, so you need to stay that forever, please, thanks.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that song, I wrote that it sounds like it could belong on this album, but it could also belong on Vices and Virtues.
Yeah.
Like,
and before the podcast, we were talking about how I Have Friends in Holy Spaces off of the Pretty Odd album. Sounds a lot like Roaring Twenties.
Yeah, because it's like old-timey and kind of like that kind of stuff. That's what you did earlier.
Yep. Yeah, so I like that song. I also love, like, obviously with Rose Cooks that we did, what was that, 2 weeks ago now? And I like when people take influences from different eras in music and put it into new music. So,
isn't it funny how life works? We would do an album called Roaring Twenties, and then Brendan Urie's like, here's a song called Roaring Twenties. Country boy.
Hot punk boy, I love you. What?
Nice. Me meeting Brendan. Him calling security.
Yeah.
So let's head into what we like.
Yeah.
I mean, that was our favorite song, but we have other things we like. Another one of the songs that I like really like off this album is One of the Drunks. The intro, I can't even pronounce what I typed here to say how it goes. It's like wow.
Yep.
But it's like this really cool like production-y, harmony, weird synthesizer stuff. It's super cool. And then one of the lines, he like talks about making a screwdriver, like the drink.
Yeah.
Orange juice and vodka for those of you under 21 that are, you know. But he was like, shake it up, now you're screw driving. And I was like, knees, can I get my knee up here?
There you go.
Dang. So clever and punny. We love a good pun. And then at the end,
Yeah.
they keep recording in the studio, and like one of the like producers comes in. He goes, "That's it. That's the shit. That's the one." Blah blah blah. And he's like,
Yeah.
"I saw you lift that sax in the air, and I fell in love." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Same.
Yeah.
That's me."
Yeah. That is one thing that I love about this, is that he brings so many different types of instruments in. And I mentioned in mine, in High Hopes, the violin in between the words. So like he'll sing and then the violin does the violin thing. And I'm like, ooh.
You're like, I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna be the violin and the
Yeah.
vocals.
I go, that's the violin. Yeah. I wrote that it's sick. There's like 7 eyes in
Yeah.
there.
And I also wrote, "That's neat." I kept writing "That's neat" in this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think, well, I don't really want to go into what we don't like yet if we're not ready to go down that
I
direction.
have more that I like.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing about Roaring Twenties. I wrote, the music does the same thing as his voice, and that's neat as fuck.
Yeah. It is.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
when I
like,
say that?
like the chorus is the same, and it's like the little in the background.
Yeah, and like the very first, when the song first opens, it does that, and so it like sets the tone for the rest of the song.
Yeah.
I'm always into stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just a lot of good stuff. King of the Clouds. What are your thoughts on King
I
of the Clouds?
really, well, I was going to say, I don't want to go into the things I don't like, but there's only one song on this album that I don't particularly enjoy.
Yeah.
But King of the Clouds, let me today. Ugh. The harmonies in the beginning are lovely, and it's like Imogen Heap style stuff. Do you listen to Imogen Heap?
Used to.
It's like hide and seek style vocal production, harmony, techie
Oh,
things. It's not just like he's singing over himself. It's like, but it's in the best way.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, I put all the voice stuff and just the general production value of King of Clouds is ballin'.
Yeah,
There's some.
it's really good.
Yeah.
And when he's like, I get lifted, and I was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. You're like, me too.
that's the second week in a row. I just realized that I've been like, all these albums just got me
They got me.
feeling
that
some
way.
type of way.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I have 3 songs that I dislike.
I know, and 2 of them are one of my favorites.
I know.
I wrote no, cries, and then I wrote no, cries again.
Yeah. So I dislike Fuck a Silver Lining. It's not that I don't like it, but I don't like it.
But everything is cherries on top.
Yeah.
I don't like cherries. You're gross.
I do like cherries, but I don't know. I don't like it.
So Taylor, what you're saying is that you don't like it.
Correct. Moving on. Dying in LA. I don't like it. I like the lyrics. It's a pretty song.
Yeah.
I'll skip it.
It's all right, I guess.
But we agree.
We do agree on one.
Old fashioned. Not a fan. Too poppy. Doesn't sound like a Panic song to me. I
Yeah.
hate the kids choir. I don't know if that was a women's choir or a kids choir at the end, but I hated it.
Yeah, it's weird. I also don't like, it's like the, I don't know, I'm at a loss for what the specific part structure-wise of a song this is called, but it's like when the sax is like, wah, 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 he's singing something, they're trying to go for like a cool dissonant thing there.
and it
It's
just doesn't.
I mean, it's probably working for most
him.
people and
Yeah.
for him, but like dissonant chords are such a weird thing, and they're just kind of so individualized,
like
and
it.
some people just can't. This is one that I just kind of like, when I hear it, it just like rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I agree. I don't really love it either.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this one is like, he's appealing to the people that are now fans of him because he's super, they like
He's
pop
on the
music.
radio now, yeah.
Right. This is like a radio single. This is
It is. It's not a Panic at the Disco song
no, it's not.
at all.
Rip.
Um,
May it rip.
The chorus is fine. Like I get. Like
Yeah.
the lyrically, it's fine.
Yeah, and like the chorus itself is okay. It kind of switches into like a more major chord structure, and then he like really belts and goes off, and I'm like, you know what, that's great.
Go
but
off,
like,
sis.
yeah, but go off, sis. But other than that, I think if that dissonant weirdness wasn't in it would be better. But I just like I don't want to listen to it because it kind of like it makes me like do weird things when I hear it. Yeah, I'm like, eek,
No
I don't like that.
I'd rather not. Thanks, bye.
But yeah,
Yeah.
other than I don't have any other songs that I don't like. I mean, I have ones that I like more than other ones, but that's one I actually like literally dislike.
Yeah.
Like will skip it.
Yeah. Those are the 3 that I skip.
Yeah.
I will give them that Fuck a Silver Lining is incredibly catchy.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was beautiful, and you guys are welcome for that.
Yeah. I don't know what that was, but I think we really have something here.
Yeah.
Like that.
Maybe
We
we'll
should
start a band.
Start a band, and we should be called Panic at the Disco without the exclamation point.
Maybe the exclamation point goes behind disco. Maybe it's the I in
It
disco.
could be Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
It's after the at. No, it's actually.
No, we put the
we put the at symbol, and we leave everything else the same, but just put the at symbol.
Yeah.
And well, maybe we can change the to have an A, like the. Panic at the Disco.
Disco.
Thee.
I wanted to. I kind of went into like a Count Dracula kind of thing.
Panic at the Disco. It's fine.
One, two.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of all my thoughts on the album.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, I'm kind of a fake Panic fan.
It's okay.
So
I feel like
if
I feel like it's kind of hard to be a fake Panic fan because everybody likes them.
it's true.
Just everybody does.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, like, so yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I lost my train of thought quickly. So this episode has been a very like roundabout way of reaching all of our points. I mean, we reached them all. We went through all of our notes. So
Yeah.
like,
It's
you
true.
know what? We got there, and it doesn't matter how we get there. I almost said something. I was like, it's not about the journey. It's about the destination. But that's not the phrase. It's like the other way around.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be about the journey, but you know what? Not here. Okay.
We got there, and you should be happy about it.
You know what? We're giving you quality content.
Yep.
So, Taylor's brown hands.
Yes. That's
So,
what
yeah.
I sent her a picture of my hands last night, and I said, I accidentally did this the night before we recorded
fine.
our podcast. She said, quality content.
You know what?
I
We're
was
just,
like, this
we're
is the kind
real.
of friendship
Okay? We're real.
It's true.
And nobody cares if you dyed hair.
No.
You know, they're probably like, dye my hair.
I'll
All of
do
our
it.
fans, all of them.
Just Chris.
Just only Chris. We're gonna shout Chris out every time.
Yeah.
Hey Chris,
Hey,
you're our only fan.
Chris.
That made like a weird feedback noise. Sorry.
Oops.
But yeah. So here's this plug here at the end.
Twitter. Instagram. And now,
Facebook. We
For
made
the
a
moms.
Facebook for the moms that are still on there.
The dads, the grandmas,
Yeah.
the cats, the dogs.
Yeah.
Facebook.
So you can like us. You can now follow us on Twitter.
Yes. Music Monday Cast.
Yeah, and the handle
put it there.
is the same in all places.
Yes.
And all 3 social medias. You can watch us on YouTube.
Yep.
Because you're here.
Yep.
So continue doing that.
Yep.
And then, you know, the usual, the Anchor stuff. We're on Anchor. It'll
Leave
make-
us a voicemail. No one's left us a voicemail yet.
yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, somebody like leave us a question or like leave us a comment because I want to see how that works.
Next week's Paramore, and since next week's Paramore, and Paramore is similar to Panic in the way that like everyone has listened to them at some point in their life. Like I feel like Paramore has touched everyone at some point.
Mhm.
So if you have thoughts on Paramore, leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, maybe we can introduce a segment. It can be like since we tell you what album we're going to be doing the next week, you should leave us comments or questions, and maybe we'll start a little segment piece where we do like other like people that can like say stuff.
Give us your thoughts,
Other stuff.
opinions, questions,
Yeah.
concerns, all of the above.
All
leave
the
us a
above.
voicemail. And,
So-
and we'd like to hear like somebody else's voices other than just ours for like
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, give the people a break.
Yeah.
Give
They
me
need
a
it.
break.
Oh man. Something else we don't want to forget to mention is our Friday Faves playlist. So every
Oh, yeah.
Friday, we'll tweet out a link to the Spotify playlist that we've created. Every week, we each choose our favorite song, which we talk about our favorite song every week as well, off of the album. And then we choose 4 other songs that we've just really been digging that week.
Mhm.
And it's kind of fun because some of the songs you're like, did I put that on there? Did she put it
Yeah.
on there? And then there's other songs that's like, she definitely put that on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. And it just like we don't erase the songs we already put there. So like it just keeps getting like huger. Like there's
Huger. So there's 30 songs on it right now since we've done 3.
Right.
And actually, there'll be 40 since this is coming out on Monday. There'll be
Right.
40 songs
40
on there.
songs. So like if you need new music, like you can go there.
Go
It's
there.
getting large.
Yeah.
So we might have to cut down the amount of songs we put on there every week.
might.
But like
We've been doing this for a month.
Happy month anniversary.
yay. Oh man. What a special moment. But yeah.
So there's
So-
all the things.
There's all the things, and like the Anchor thing, it'll prompt you to make an account. You know the drill if you've watched previous episodes. Please do. If not, that's okay. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Stitcher. We're on Breaker, Pocket Casts, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff.
Everything. Anything that you'd want except for Apple Podcasts, but it's
Well,
a garbage app anyway, so you don't want
yeah.
to listen there.
So
So yeah. that's all.
That's all.
Have a great week, you guys.
We'll see you next time.
Have a musical Monday.
Yeah.